Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to discuss operators, specifically assignment and logical operands in Python. We have already covered arithmetic operators where we have explained some additions, multiplication, division and subtraction. So let's go to the command prompt and explain the assignment and logical operands. Let's type in Jupyter Notebook, click enter. It will run our local server. Let's go to our Python file, lessons here, and here we will create operators file and start to explain some assignment operands in Python. Let's type in operators, click enter, add a couple of lines. Okay, usually we have assigned operators such as greater, less, like less, greater, less, greater or equal, less than equal, plus, minus, or division, subtractions, and equal sign. I will explain it later here. And equality operator such as this one. Okay, let's go over all of them and explain them separately. First we will start with just equal sign. Let's assign the value to the variable like this one and click enter. Here we have assigned this value to this variable here, this one a. But in Python we have a equality operators which checks if two values are equal. Let's say that I want to give this like 40 and click enter. You could see that it will print out the false. What is it? What we have done here? This is the equality operators when we write in two equal sign together, and in that case it just checks if this value here which holds if this variable which holds this value is equal to this one. This means that it checks if this 30 equals to 40. In that case it prints out the false. This is the comparison operator or equality operator which checks if this value is equal to this one. It prints out the false. In that case, if I edit this 40 to 30 and run it here, it will print out true. In that case, this true is equal to this one. We have defined this variable here instead of this number because we have stored this value to this value here, to this variable here. If I type in 30 here and click run, it will print out the same result here. But let's check it for strings, how it will work for strings. Equal sign like b. What will it print? It will print false because comparison operator also is case sensitive, and you should be just concise with typing these characters. In that case here b is equal to b, although their quotes are different, the value is the same. That's why it prints out the true here. But there is an inequality mark that gives an opposite result. Let's check it. 5. If let's delete it. If I want to check 5 is not equal to 5, what does it mean? It should be together. There should be a space here between them. It will print out the false. This is the inequality operator, basically the explanation mark. Instead of this equality sign, if we add the explanation mark, it will print out the reverse result. Here 5 is not equal to 5. It prints out false because actually 5 is equal to 5 and it should be true here, but it gives the opposite result here. If I type in the 4 here, click enter, it will print out true. Why? Because 5 is not equal to 4, and this condition is true here. This is just prints out the reverse result here. Here, if I type it 5 again, you could see that it will print out the false, because 5 is equal to 5. It's but here we have given the conditions that it's not equal, and for that case it will print out the false because they are equal here. And the same is also true for strings. It should be equal sign. Click on enter, and here we will have to type in exclamation mark like this one, and it will print out true. Because this AC is not equal to BC. That's why it will print out true. This condition meets to our requirements here. Okay, let's go through the assignment operator. What is the assignment operator here? This one. Let's see that I have a value called A equals to 6. And if I print out A, you'll see that it will print out 6, although I have assigned the A previously to the 30. Always just keep in mind that the variable when you assign it, it will take the last assignment value to itself here. In that case, we have assigned 6 lately, that's why it will take this result here. And if I want to use the assignment operator, I can just type in it like this one. If I want to plus something, A plus 4, I click enter, just print it out. You could see that it will print out 14. Why? Now let's refresh it. Why we have to refresh? Because we have plussed it twice. I just forgot to print it out. That's why it will. If I refresh it here, restart it, and click this run again, just a minute, I will run it first, then I will run it this one, just a minute. It should print out 10. You could see that it will print 10. When each time when you are running this cell, it just sums 4 to every time to your code here. That's why I just refreshed it to not to confuse you about it. Here we have a 6, and we have plus 4 to this value, and it has printed out 10. But I have a shortcut. It's called the assignment operator. Instead of this value, I can just do it like this one, equals to 4. And if I print it out, here it will print out 14 again. Why? Because we have already have the 10 here, and 10 plus 14, 4, it will print out 14. Let's make it a bit easier for you to understand. Here I have a value 3 assigned to the variable b, and I want to use it as an assignment operator here. Plus equals like 6. If I click enter and print it out, it will plus this 3 to this 6. It basically means that this b is equals to b plus 6 here. And this is also true for minusing. If I type it minus here, click enter and run it again, it will print out minus 3. You can see that 3 minus 6 is equal to minus 3. Also, it's true for multiplication. If I run it and run it again, you can see 3 to 6 is equal to 18. And also for division, if I divide 3 to 6, it will print out 0.5. You'll see we usually use these operands in our Python code. This is very useful to know. And also we could check true false condition based on the logical operator here. this one, these two. How should we do it? Let's say that I have a value called b equals to 4 or c equals to 4, and I want to check if c is greater than 2 or 3. If I click enter, alt enter, it will print out true. You could see that indeed 4 is greater than 3, that's why it print out the true here. If I type in 2 instead of 4, it will print out the false. Also in Python we have logical operands called and, or, and not, and, or not. How we will use them? Let's say that I want to check or give a condition here based on this value here. I have a value c called 5. Let's just don't touch it and create a new variable called d equals 10, and I want to check if d is greater than 5 and d is greater than let's say 10 or 11. If I type in enter, you will see that it will print out false. What does this AND operator do? AND operator, if both of our conditions are true, it will always print out true. In that case, one of them is true but another one is not true. That's why it will print out false. But if I have a or instead of the and click enter, it will print out true, because or needs one of them to be true here. In that case, this one meets our requirement and this condition is true. That's why or condition prints out the true, but and will print out the false. If I type in 9 instead of 10, it will print also true, because both of these conditions are true here. Also we have a not logical operand who does not work. Let's say that I have a e called 100 and I want to check if this is not greater than let's say 200. E equals 200. What will it print? It will print error because we haven't run it. First run it. It will take this argument, and if I type in e equals e greater than 200, it will print out true, because this is prints the reverse result here. It means that it's not greater than 200. That's why it prints out true. It's actually 100. It's not greater than 200. That's why it prints out the true. Also we could use not like if conditions. Basically if condition in the next lesson we will cover the if conditions, but this is a simple terminology. It's not a very complex thing. If not e greater than 200, print out like e is not greater than, is not greater, like this one. Click enter. Yes, 100 is not greater than 200 here. I think that that's enough for now. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more of these videos. Have a good day. Bye.